guys, it's Kara here, and I'm coming to you early this morning, well for me, because it's breakfast time and I want to show you one of my favorite breakfast recipes right now. I've been experimenting with the overnight oats, and I've done a few different things this week. For those of you guys that follow my Instagram, you've probably seen my posts, but I think I finally perfected my favorite, most delicious overnight oats recipe. So I'm going to show you that right now. Real quick and easy. There's some staples that you'll need, and then you can, change the variety of overnight oats based on what you guys like. But we're going to make one right now. Very simple things that you're going to need for your base of your overnight oats. You're going to want to use some Greek yogurt. I use the 0% fat Greek yogurt. You're going to want to use some almond milk or whatever type of milk you guys like. And oats. Okay, so those are the three basic staples for your overnight oats. And then on top of that, to flavor this one, best combination yet, I'm going to add in some PB2, some of the sugar-free, fat-free cheesecake pudding mix. And then I also recently bought a blend. You guys know I like the chia seed, but I recently bought this blend by Spectrum. It's a chia and flax seed blend ground up with a little bit of coconut and cocoa. So this makes the perfect combination in your overnight oats. For those of you that are going to ask where you can find this, they sell Spectrum at a lot of grocery stores. That's the chia seed that I normally use, so you might be able to find it at your local grocery store. I actually did purchase this online, so you guys can check out supplement companies online. I got this from Nutritionals, so I think it was about like $5 or so. It wasn't too bad. But anyways, you don't have it, no worries. You can make a variety whatever way you want. So I'm going to weigh everything. First thing I'm going to do is turn on my scale. I'm going to use a half a cup of oats. So I like to weigh this out from grams. So I'm measuring this based on my portion size. You guys can obviously change it for what your needs are, but tracking my macros, so I got to keep it on point. So I got 40 grams of oats here. And I'm going to do a half a cup of Greek yogurt. I'm going to measure that out. Ends up being 113 grams. Perfect. All right. So next thing I'm going to do, I'm not going to weigh out, but I'm going to measure out 1 full cup of almond milk. Excuse me, I have bronchitis this week, so I'm a little bit... 1 full cup of almond milk. A lot of overnight oat recipes that I did see only used a half a cup of milk, and actually it's much thicker to do it that way, but I prefer it with the 1 cup. It still thickens up really good, and you guys will get to see that when I'm done, but I like using the 1 cup better. I think it gives it a better flavor, gives it more volume, so it makes it way more filling. Okay, so I'm going to pop that baby back up on the scale. And now what I'm going to do is add 2 tablespoons of my PB2. This is a defatted powdered peanut butter, so it's much lower in fat, calories. You guys can find this at a lot of grocery stores right now too. I think this is becoming more popular. Even like your Walmart places sell it. I think Target maybe even does. So I'm adding in 2 tablespoons of this, or 12 grams. And, oh no, that was good. Okay, it's touchy. Gotta get it just right. Okay. Now next thing I'm gonna do is add 2 tablespoons of this blend. I don't know if you can get in there to kind of see what this combination looks like. It's all ground up with your flax, your chia, the coconut, and the cocoa. So it makes this nice blend, and what this does is with the chia and the flax in there, it helps fluffen it up overnight, and it also kind of gives like a little texture to it, but it kind of adds this like Oreo cookie taste to it, I guess. It kind of adds like that cookie flavor to it, which is why I really love this combination so much. So I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of this, which is 14 grams. And you could absolutely, if you didn't have this, which I know a lot of you are going to watch this video and not just have this lying around at home, You could add things separately. You could add cocoa, you could add chia, you could add flax. If those are things you have laying around your home, you could add those things separately. All right. The last thing I'm going to add, again, this is optional, but I like the flavor it adds to this, and then again, it also thickens it up a little bit. So I am going to actually add a tablespoon of this, which is about 8 grams. Gotta hit my tare button here so I go back to 0. There we go. So that's everything I'm gonna add. You guys can take a look at what our combination looks like in here. It's very heavy and dense. You wanna make sure you go ahead and mix that up really good. Ooh, I did forget to add one thing. I also need to add in a tablespoon of sweetener. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab right now. I like to use the Ideal brown sugar sweetener. I'm gonna add in 1 tablespoon of that as well. You actually don't have to add in a sweetener. I'm kind of weird, and I like the taste of plain Greek yogurt. So to me, it tastes good, but to my husband, he'd be like, oh, you need some sweetener in that, you know. You do get a good sweetness from your PB2 from the sugar-free cheesecake Jello mix. But I love this Ideal brown sugar. Again, I can't find it in grocery stores. This is another one I have to order from Nutrition online. So I add 1 tablespoon of this. This is more of a natural sweetener. I'm not measuring that out by grams, but that's okay. So yes, missing that there. All right, so we're just gonna mix this up really good. You wanna make sure you mix it up really good so all that Greek yogurt, all those flavors are mixed in. And I do suggest you mixing this ahead of time and making it overnight and letting it sit overnight. I will eat this for breakfast at work tomorrow. Will it taste good just eating it right now? Hell yeah it will, because the ingredients are good, it's tasty, but a lot of the stuff we added, those flavors need to really sit, the chia, the flax. It's gonna really help fluff up this recipe, and the flavors are gonna taste so much different if you taste it right now versus tomorrow morning. So I encourage you to do that. Taste it a little bit when you mix it up, but then when you eat it tomorrow morning or the next day, you'll notice such a huge difference in this product. All right, so I've got it all mixed up really good. What I like to do, if you have some mason jars laying around the house, or maybe you have some empty peanut butter jars lying around the house, that ends up being about a perfect size for how much this recipe yields. So I'm going to try to not make a mess, and I'm going to pour this. I don't want to lose any of my good stuff. I'm going to get this all poured in there. You'll see, like, it makes a lot. Definitely makes a lot, and I like that. I'm a quantity girl, I'm a quantity person. Even though I'm cutting down my diet right now to lean out a little bit, I still want to feel like I'm eating in quantity, It's important to me to not feel too restricted. So I like using the 1 cup of almond milk because it really does fill me up more. And it fills up my jar, So it fills that all up good. So you've got your whole container pretty much filled. You want to seal that up nice and tight. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and put this in the fridge. Like I said, you're going to want to put this in the fridge overnight, minimum an hour. But do try it, put it in overnight. You do got to plan ahead and effort to do this. You can't make it last minute and have it taste delicious. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the fridge and be right back. Okay, so I did make one of these yesterday, so I could show you guys today what it looks like when you take it out of the fridge. So I put my other one in the fridge to sit overnight, and I made this bad boy last night. All right, so let me show you. This is the same exact recipe I just showed you guys. I'm gonna actually scoop into it here. You don't have to go through and stir it all up. I just eat that bad boy as is. Makes a nice, thick, consistency overnight oats. A lot of people have asked me if I heat this up in the morning. I don't. You can, sure, go for it if you want to. I eat this straight out of the jar, cold, tastes delicious. All the flavors have kind of blended together overnight. Oh, it's so good. One other thing I want to tell you too, optional depending on what you have left in your diet, what you want to add to it. Some of the things I've been twirling here, some of the things I've been adding to it, and back, just to kind of flavor it up. You could add a scoop of peanut butter on top, whatever flavor you want, P28. I do use the Jif whips sometimes. They're loaded with a ton of crap, yes, but they're whipped up, so they're a little lighter in fat. I've been adding a scoop of that, and I think you pronounce this cacao. Someone can correct me on that one. I just say cocoa. I don't like saying words that sound weird. So these are really dark cocoa, very natural. There are some health benefits. Stick my hand in there, you can see it's crumbly dark chocolate. It's very crunchy. This doesn't taste like a dark chocolate bar you'd purchase. I like sprinkling some of this on top and mixing it around in this. It adds a little texture, adds a little bit of a chocolatey flavor to it that mixes very nice. So there you go. There you have it again. It's so delicious I can't stop looking at it. Been making this all week. Lots of varieties out there for your overnight oats. What I will tell you again is do the 1 cup milk, 1/2 cup Greek yogurt, 1/2 cup oats combination. Flavor from there any way you want, but that's going to be your basis for this recipe, and it'll be perfect. You guys will thank me after you try it. So please take the time, make this recipe. We will have the ingredients and the instructions listed below. Don't forget to check out my Tiger Fitness link, my sponsors P28 MTS Nutrition, and keep checking back.